Hi! I have this amazing mother of all lilies that I've been videoing for you, and I've cut it now because there are only 2 blooms left on it to bloom out, and I really want to have it inside for a time. So look at all these. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and when these 2 bloom, I'll have 11 on here if none of the other ones fall off. So let me put this back in the vase. Okay, so I wanted to talk about finding value in your cougar cub relationship. So either finding value in your cub or finding value in your cougar. And I think that there are a lot of challenges with cougar cub relationships, and the best thing is to try to see, this is going to sound really simple and like a platitude, but if you can turn around the challenges of a cougar cub relationship into opportunities for learning or teachable moments, as Obama would say, then you will realize that there is a lot of uniqueness in the cougar cub relationship that you won't find in other relationships. So for example, an older woman may be, in my case, seeing someone who is younger and has very little rather experience living with a woman, and has been very quick to move his things in and have his toothbrush here and such. And so a lot of people would respond to that in a negative way and say, we shouldn't be seeing each other, you're moving way too fast for me. But my reaction was very different from that. I realized that he's 10 years younger than me, first of all. He hasn't had as many relationships as me, second of all. He hasn't had any long-term relationships where he's lived with a woman, third of all. So there are things that are actually good about that, and that is that there is a humility there on his part, that he realized that he made a little bit of a mistake, and he also tried to give me an ultimatum, and he realized he made a bit of a mistake, and there was humility there. And for the cougar, I think that there has to be some humility there as far as the age difference and the humbling experience that aging is in itself. But I think that I would like to hear from you guys what you value in cougars, in particular, more than women your own age. And share with me your thoughts. I think that that after doing my value judgments video, I had a lot to think about, and I've had time to think about things, and I think that that is a rare commodity these days, that people actually have time to spend on reflecting on their relationships instead of just reacting to things like saying, well, you're already moving in with me and you're moving way too fast and giving me an ultimatum, so let's stop seeing each other. I paused and slowed the thing down and thought about it and realized that he's not obsessed with me or anything. He's just having those strong feelings that come with a new relationship and wanting to express them. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing to be afraid of for me or to be turned off by in that sense. So there's that enthusiasm that's the hidden lining in the cougar cub relationship, that the younger man may just be so excited that he moves too quickly into a relationship, and hopefully the cougar will be ethical enough to rein the cub in and not allow herself to become the controlling party in the relationship. I think that a lot of the comments I've gotten about multi-dating have been very critical, and I think people don't understand that there is ethical non-monogamy, and maybe people should look into that. Multi-dating and seeing other people has been another thing that this cub has had to adjust to, and fortunately I have relieved him of that concern because I've been spending most of my time with him. But there is that issue with cubs that because they don't have the relationship experience, they don't realize how fragile the beginnings of a relationship are, and that you have to really give each other freedom in the beginning, and reap the rewards of having patience. I think that in short, what I'm saying is that a cougar can slow down the relationship a little bit and teach the cub to have patience and to move at a slower pace, at a more, um, um, I don't want to say normal pace, but at a more comfortable pace. Maybe when people are young, they tend to rush into relationships and they don't discuss things. Well, I think a cougar cub relationship is a little bit different because a cougar has probably had long relationships in the past and can guide the cub through some of the little milestones in the beginning. And so I think that slowing things down and patience is an advantage that cougars bring to the relationship, and um, the excitement and the rushing into things and the enthusiasm is the silver lining, or the value that I find in dating younger men, and I've talked about that before. So I've talked for 6 minutes. I think that's long enough. Share in the comments with me, please, how you make time in your relationships to identify value. I wanted to talk more about, I'm doing this on the fly, I didn't make a script, and I wanted to talk about value, identifying value, finding value, acknowledging value, those key words when you're with someone else that you have difficult moments with, when you might not be agreeing or might not be on the same page in the beginning of the relationship and you're still finding your footing, giving each other the benefit of the doubt, and slowing things down so that there's some patience, and identifying what it is about the relationship that you like and what it is about the difficult situation that is actually a good thing that you can turn into a positive, and embrace the age difference and the difference in approach that the cougar and the cub bring to the relationship. So identifying those values, the value of another person in the relationship, takes some standing back from the situation and looking at the situation as a whole, rather than getting stuck in the moment or stuck in a situation of the moment, and instead reflecting on how the relationship as a whole is developing, if there's reciprocity, if you're equal, and if those things are good, then accept some of the difficulties that you're having and try to turn them into opportunities to learn what you value in the other person. Okay? Thank you for watching.